Alright, we should be live now. Hope everybody is doing good on this Thursday afternoon. I have some things I gotta do tomorrow, so that's why we're getting a Thursday stream instead of a Friday one as per usual. And some very good news, which I think I shared, yeah I did, in the announcement. We have the engine back. Chica has finished that up, so I've gotten access to that. Air has access to that. We have a new level designer who'll be helping us out. We're all on 5.7 now. Things are looking very good there. Thing real quick. Oh, that's a new thing. Not that. There it is. Okay, and types that in. Okay, we're good to go. Kernopio, that's an interesting name. Kristen Axolotl, Agent. Like I said, we have a few small new things today. Before we get started, I just wanted to show off those. So I've had the engine for a couple days, and in that time we've tweaked some things. We got the engine bugs on it kind of worked out on the dinosaur, and I've added a few little quality of life things. So if I hold Alt and I start moving around, you can now look around without your dinosaur actually turning around, which is always nice and helpful. The other thing was, and it will be hard to show it, but if my nutrients were to decay to below, I think 80%, they'll start to, maybe it's 60%, somewhere between 60 and 80%, they will slowly make my skin paler, which is a little bit more of a visual indicator for carnivores to kind of see how healthy a prey item is. And there's some other thing I can't forget that I did. But today, we're going to be working on these guys over here. Now these are some of our farm plants. We have carrots, mint, onions twice? Oh, potatoes, that's what they are, potatoes. Pumpkins, strawberries, sugar canes, sunflowers, tomatoes, turnips, and watermelons. And these are all edible food sources for the dinosaurs, and I believe they'll also be able to be harvested by tribals at some point. But the goal today is to kind of just go through and get these guys all added so there's more food variety for the dinosaurs, of course. Should be simple if I just copy the bay laurel one, carrots one, and rename. We should be able to get through this pretty quickly. And then I have, if we have time for it, you new. Oh my gosh, I can't type today. to have an _p at the end of those. For plant? Yes, I do. I think there's a couple Peru skins I can get added in as well then. I will need that screen open then. I can know what values to put in here. Carrots are first, and I need a couple. Meshes? Not that many. Yeah, that many. Let's see. So all the ones I have locked out, the ones. Yes, that looks right. QnA. Oh, there's way more. I thought there were. Oh no, there's not. Yeah, it is these ones. They just stick out through the ground, which is kind of nice, but then you can see the tops of them when they're sticking in the ground. Carrot. B. I'm going to change this one actually to carrot B, because that one should be centralized because it's quite big. Will humans be able to farm any of the food? Yes, they should be able to. There's one thing that we have planned for them. Does not look like it's changing size. Although all these are also too big. There we go. There we go. There we go. Alright, then you should be carrot. Not A. Just regular. Oh no, not that run. C, I guess. We'll make that one C. Hey Smagsy. What mechanics are stopping mix herds and mix packs? So there's an anxiety mechanic that we have planned that'll really help with that. I think that's like the big thing. Or anxiety mechanic. The big one there. And I'm gonna have to have air go through and make this into something a little more performant probably. But for now, this is fine. Right, this one can be B. This one. And we'll make this one carrot A as well. Nice little bundle of carrots. I do see Google Sheets in my sleep. What's funny is I have one open right now so that I can see it. Oh, those are some big carrots. Those are some beefy carrots. I should get a human over here for scale. Holy crap! I made some big carrots. Yeah, those need to be shrunk down a little. I do need them to be large enough that you can actually see them. I don't know that I've ever seen a carrot that big, but I mean, maybe the island just has bigger carrots. That was one of the issues we had with the bay laurel and the shrooms. They were just too small, so we had to exaggerate them a smidge. carrots. And they'll stick in the ground like that much. Okay, I'm happy with those. Stick those there. No, we're done with them. Mint is next. And I think there's a thing set up. Oh, it's not fully done. My little settings. Select that. There we go. Carrot. And I need to go add all those things. That I don't have to worry about. And I am actually going to shrink them a little bit more. Yeah, that will be fine. Roar! Roar, look at the carrots. They're perfect. Well, that's the one issue with this engine update, is there was an issue with the shadows being very dark. So if I go find our tomato plants over here, it gets very dark under the shadows here. Like it's absurd. I need to hide this because I don't remember fully where this thing is, and I don't want to share something that I shouldn't share. Here we go. Carrots, and I have to make sure that I give that a name of carrots. Mint. Give me a ton of these to do. So an onion. Potatoes. Say potatoes, potatoes, or potatoes. I think saying potatoes, an A at the end, is my favorite way of saying potatoes. Sunflowers. Tomatoes. Ironically, I only like to say tomatoes. I won't say tomato. And watermelon. Okay, there we go. Yep, check out, save, done. Now we can just go mark it as such. Yes, islands can. So this question was, oh yeah, thinking about it, can islands give certain animals and foliage a form of dwarfism or gigantism? Yes, that is a real life kind of phenomenon that happens with different animals and plants and stuff of a very similar species, but they're just on an island, so they just become a dwarf species. I'm not quite sure if they become a giant species with gigantism, but I can't remember. Alright, mint is next. Is Super Dark Shadows an issue with Unreal Engine? Usually it's not. I think it's just the engine upgrade. We have to kind of go through everything with the lighting again. Well, Air does. Like, it's good in some places. Like, this is fine over here. And these are fine. These shadows over here, just whatever happens with those tomatoes over there is awful. And at night, it's really bad. So if I go play, switch it to night. Like, these shadows are absurdly dark and it was never like this before. But then it's really bright out here. So it's just something with the engine. Have you guys seen the weird cold-blooded goats with forward-facing eyes that evolved due to that? That is... hold on. Forward facing eye goats, cold blooded. Here's a thing, they went extinct. Oh god, that's disgusting looking goat. That's really... That's a... Is this real? That's awful if that's real. Alright, mint. Mint. Rename. BP underscore. Mint underscore. Enter. And I can get rid of these meshes. This is just needed because I wanted more than just one carrot. I search mint. It's going to give me a bunch, but I already selected one by one. Mint A. Yeah, one carrot would have looked awful against a bunch of them like that, so. Simple to set up. Mint. Mint. Only gives 15 food. It's very much so for smaller animals, but I would like mint to have something with the tribals for like healing, or just some sort of something you can like mash up in a mortar and pestle and get effects from. There's mint. Onions are up next. I gotta make sure. I think I pulled these out of the ground a bit. They should be fully in the ground. Some over here. It does look like a poorly made, hyper-realistic donkey. Like, it's really gross. Underscore. I guess Donkey from Shrek does have forward-facing eyes. I don't think I've ever would have noticed that. These onions or onion? Onion. I've made that mistake before, typing in onion, or typing in like something like bones instead of bone or something. And that just completely messes up everything. Onions will have a food source of 40. I chose 4 different ones, didn't I? And I usually like to do batches in odd numbers. We'll do 5. Scale these ones down to 1. Hello, Fox. How are you doing today? A is the largest, so I would like that one to be in the center. I don't think Air is listening right now. I drag these. You stick up. Okay, gotcha. So in that case, I stick that. Is it that? Now my box is it's not. Okay, interesting. Alright, then you don't get anything then. And the rest of these will. Onion, not that one. These will be used for in the dinosaurs' mouths. There's a couple like that. Grab them all. Not you. These, this is what I want to grab, Unreal. Go down. That's interesting how that does that. Luckily these guys don't have any collisions, so that saves performance, but they really should be all packed together then to one asset. Sticking out just a little bit. This box is just a collision box, in case you're wondering. Let's make this onion a little bit. Oh, that's a big onion. Not that big. That big. There we go. Let's see. Okay, complete it. Let's see, how did they get placed? Good. We can raise that. This one a little. This one up just. So onions usually, I think, do. Am I using the wrong one? I think I am. I was. Onions do pop out just a little bit, usually, I think. Because we do grow onions here. But yeah, that's onions done now. Good. Making progress. I saw people asking about builds and stuff, so we're aiming for a next build for QA soon-ish, like a week or so. And that's just a test to make sure that the builds are working fine in engine and everything. And then you guys should be getting a public build sometime next month, hopefully. We just gotta make sure everything's up to par with how it was before, and then add on a little bit. Like these new plants. There's some work being done with the tribals. Let's have multiple potatoes. Shame that they're all hidden. Onion. Done. Potato. Alright, and potatoes. Potatoes are going to be a nice staple food. They grow... Oh, no, they're not. Onions are the ones that are going to be a little more stable because they grow in plains. Potatoes actually only grow in the volcano, Onagura, around the volcanic regions. Yes, Nuggy. I'm assuming you're talking to me. Bugging me soon. I need to bug Islander. About things. As potatoes. Yep, I can have a central one. They're nice and big. You can get potatoes that big. Maybe not that big actually. The plant isn't usually this big, but the potatoes they can be beefy in real life. Usually sweet potatoes more than just your white, blue, and red potato, but I figured you were talking about bugging me. Potato B. This one. B. Yeah. And I Viewport. Excellent. First of all, you're still too big. Now we're gonna go this. This. And how do I want to balance it? This one kind of moves. I do have the power to rotate things. Which this all changed, so I'm still getting used to this from Unreal 4 or 5, 5.4. And like a bundle of potatoes now. That works. No. Just one potato bush. Goodbye to all those ones. They were not good enough. Alright, we got potatoes now. As soon as I... Potatoes. Boil them, cook them, put them in a stew. If you get that reference, we can be best friends. How significant is the difference between 5.4 and 5.7? I think it depends on the system. Like, I haven't really noticed too much of a difference. And I don't think Air did either, but she can notice a vast difference, and he has a lesser end PC than us. So I think it's going to be more beneficial for lower end and like mid-tier hardware, and they still get a small boost, but not as much. Things definitely open up faster in editor though, and it'll be definitely interesting to see how much of a change there's made when we actually do a build. Potatoes. Nope, I need to change that to green. They're done. This stuff is really easy to get implemented then. If I just go over here, I can choose onion, potato, horsetails, carrots, and mint. Change. The way this is set up is a little wonky, but whatever. Change it. 10, 15, and I'll just go 10 everything. Play. Did they spawn? They did not spawn. Wow. Game just made me a fool of myself. I guess we had to figure out why that didn't work. Because, yeah, they should have spawned. Hold on. Bear with. Yeah, a lot of hellos just came through. They don't actually spawn. Oh, that's why. I knew I was missing something. Can I show this? I think I can. I have to fill out the data table for it as well. Moment, just all got cocoa. Yeah, that's what I had to change. This is what is used to dictate kind of how many nutrients and food to give the players. We worked on which ones? Carrots? Is it carrots or oh, typing in the wrong place. It is carrots with an S. Mint. Starting to use Unreal. Where do most developers start? Coding courses you can find online. I don't know if there's any specific ones I can think of from a university or college, but there are a plethora of ones online that you can use. And just learning on your own, kind of going through everything, familiarizing yourself where everything is always a great thing to do. And then the other, probably the best thing you can do is go on YouTube actually, and look for different various tutorials. Granted, you know, it's like a 50-50 chance on whether those ones are going to be any good and usable in the future, but it gets your foot in the door and helps you kind of figure out the systems and everything. I definitely would look into C++, the game playability system, or GAS, and just general blueprint stuff. It's a very rewarding thing, and I would highly recommend it to anyone. Yes. Change this quantity to give me 1. And we'll say 2. 5. Yeah. This is great because this is called a data table over here. Oh, let me check. Did I do something? Oh no, it's not Islander. Good. It's like, did I do something wrong? Okay, so this is a data table. It's really good for storing information on various things. So a lot of people use it for like items or blueprints, various actors, you know, that kind of stuff. And then that's built from a structure. And what's great about structures is you can set default variables, so I don't have to go through and type 1 for all of these, since it's usually going to be 1. So now it's all 1 here, which is very handy. Now I just have to go type in how much they give and parent class. And I don't have a problem sharing kind of the values here. It's gonna be because I mean it's just a food source, it's whatever, but I know people will eventually figure that out anyways. It doesn't really change anything in game knowing that mint gives you less food than carrots, which give less food than potatoes. Now there's food spawning. Good. Didn't break. We got carrots, potatoes, onions, mint, everything here. And it should all be edible. But my little Tyrannosaurus is not going to be able to eat all that, so. But good. It's working. Which means I can go into the map, which I think I can show you the map. Yeah, because Air's done the map stuff, so I can kind of go show you the map and kind of how I add the plants in and kind of where I go about figuring all that stuff out. As first, though, I want to increase the hitbox on the onion. considering people like hitboxes to actually be a little bit bigger than they should be. And I was doing the inverse. I was making stuff much smaller, actually. Can I make all these ones to make it simple for you? Scale it up. Like, I would have let these leaves stick out, but I think that was causing issues in game, actually. Where people were like, I can't eat this food, but they didn't have their head in it like I would want. But that's fine. Is there farming in EOE? As far as I know, there is a plan to have some sorts of farming. Pumpkins are next, right? Yeah, we just did potatoes. Pumpkin _ P. E for plant. Oh no, there was only one. I found that weird. There was only one pumpkin plant that could be used. That'll be fine. But I did want to add some of these pumpkins back in, just to give the plant a little bit more. But that's 7. Pretend that it sticks into there. That is not how pumpkins work. It's fine. Bring this one up just a little bit. Maybe this is how pumpkin works. I don't know. It's been a while since I actually looked at our pumpkins and how they grow. No, they usually, yeah, that's how they usually do. They don't stick to them like that. 3 pumpkins will do. Get rid of these. Grab the blueprint. Check to make sure there's nothing odd and floating. It's fine if it sticks into the ground, but maybe not that much. Yes. Alright, we got pumpkins now. No, we don't, actually. Gotta add all this now. Funny. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that would assume this would take, you know, a couple minutes to get a pumpkin added, which, I mean, if I was going like as fast as I could, probably, but I mean, going at a decent speed, I say. But I mean, it takes time to add even a simple plant like this. You're not worth 25, they're worth 250. Gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's been 40 minutes. I mean, it's averaging about 8 minutes per plant. Granted, I'm yapping, so that always takes time. Don't need to add any more pumpkin. Good. And then I go here and I switch this one to pumpkin. Delete all these. Pumpkin. 5 pumpkins. Check. Make sure that all spawned. Yes, okay. Where are my pumpkins? What do they not do? What button is that to save my dino? There's the pumpkins. I hope I saved my dino. It didn't say it did, but I remember if I would hit 9 or something, it would save it. Alright, what's next? Strawberries. These are actually fantastically modeled. Like, I can zoom in pretty close. I mean, for a little strawberry, I was impressed by them. And strawberries are only... So yeah, I think we can use 3 little strawberry plants. Trials of the Rapids of UE. I guess. I mean, they don't burrow though. That's the thing. Unlike in many other games, and I think when I say other games, I think it's just the Isle. Trials don't burrow. Scutellosaurus is what burrows, and it'll also be fast. It's funny you mentioned rabbits, because I was thinking about kangaroos and why we don't have any dinosaurs that kind of walk around or hop around like a kangaroo. And I thought it'd be funny if we made that happen. Strawberry A. Yes, you do have fruit, and that's why I think I only had to pick those ones. Strawberry B. Oh, you are a strawberry. It didn't look like it. Strawberry C. Oh, strawberry C does have a blueberry, or a blueberry, a strawberry on it. Good. Okay, then I can use it. Increase its hitbox just a little bit. Right about there. Looks good. Easily got strawberries. We're gonna get coconuts for beaches. Yes, coconut tree is on the list. Right there. I don't know. It's not made just yet. It's a little hot. Yeah, Air is making quite a few plants. These ones, unfortunately, were not made by him. It might be a thing in the future we get them custom made. But he's going through and making quite a few different plants for me. Strawberry. Strawberry. Add. Name. Strawberry. Don't forget this. Strawberry. Missing anything? I think so. Delete, delete. the plant spawns are going to be getting changed. Once I'm done with this, so long as there are time, we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more, and we've done 6. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yes. We'll go onto the main map and then add a few more. I think I'll have time. Fairly certain. Plant spawner. Add in strawberry, and I'm just gonna go through here and add in all this stuff a while, so I don't have to worry about it then. Tomatoes, turnip, and watermelons, and aloe vera, of course. Now I don't have to worry about that again. Let's check. We used to have strawberry plants, and then my grandfather came over. It was a couple years after we moved into this house, and my father had planted them. I was probably about 6 or 7 at the time, maybe 8, and my grandfather planted it, or my father planted a big old patch of strawberries, or probably 100 of them, and my grandfather wanted to be the helpful, kind soul that he is, and he mowed our lawn for us, and he thought the strawberries were weeds, and he just mowed straight over all of them. So we don't have strawberries anymore. Wow, I ate that really quick. Oh, and I'm getting the food eating bug. Great, that's back. Why did I eat these all right away? Did they not have food? They don't have food, that's why. Food max 40. Does that mean... Do I don't have to put this value in? Have I been just doing this stupidly the whole time? That's fine. You'll have to track them down, update the Padlet when they're all ready. If I'm streaming them, you'll be able to see, because on the map, if I go up like this, you'll be able to see the kind of where all they are in the zones. But that's if I do stream that. Has anything been done about the stones for tribals by chance? I'm not sure. I haven't looked in the tribal side of things. I think we've been mainly just focused on making sure the engine is up to date so far. Strawberry's done. Sugarcane. It's actually gonna be interesting. No, they weren't. I had it as a 0 in here. Which is why I realized I don't have to type it in here, because it was overriding it in the code in the parent, which I don't want to show, but it actually has 40 food. They are very low in food, though. A lot of these are very low in food. And that's just because there's a lot of smaller herbivores, but also because they are just very small plants. Like the sugar cane here is going to be 500. It's going to be a big bundle of them. The sunflowers will be 200. It'll be a batch of them. The tomatoes are actually going to be... So I have it in as 180, which seems a little high, but I think I wanted to actually get it like a big batch of them too, though. But those are all values that get tweaked as they go. Battery name. That's new. CP underscore sugarcane underscore CP. C is for character. Yeah, I think it'll need tweaked eventually. Sugarcane. This is the one I was going to have trouble with. Because I wanted the sugarcane to be... Grab. bunch of these, copy them over here. Either a big bundle like this, I need to edit that, or just be laying around on the ground. Tomato plants can get big. Let me tomato plant. Like they get as big as a person sometimes. It's mainly if they're growing up a vine though. But sugarcane, I either wanted to do like this, or like not that button. Or I wanted them to just be laying on the ground along the beach somewhere. Kind of all in a bundle. I wasn't quite sure which way I wanted to go through them. But I think I do like them standing up, as long as it doesn't look off. I think I just have to be careful on where I put them in the map. This all needs tweak though. Yeah. Get rid of these. Get rid of these. Get rid of these. Okay. Cute. That's right. This one over. Made it a little. Grab this one. Grab this one. Just need a couple small ones in there. Still looks too uniform with this. I knew the sugarcane was going to take a while to get done because it has to look good and not symmetrical at all. I think that'll be fine. The plan is to have them along beaches and stuff, because there was a need for some foods along the beaches besides coconut trees. Now, what kind of beaches and where is kind of dependent on where I decide then. Hopefully, it really just didn't. Of course, it's not going to do what I want. Yes, where transitions from sand to grass would be probably a good point. has to be. I swear there was a way I could go and just be like copy paste, and then it would just all be in here. Check something. That's it. I'm just gonna find where it is in Unreal 5.7. That's what it's called. I'm pretty sure. I can delete those, and now voila, we have the merged actor. And it has the names twice. That's fine. Excellent. I remember how to do that. I'll have to go through and do that with other things. Makes it very nice though for grouping things. Centralize it. Grab the box. Put them in the box. If you understand that reference, you had a wonderful childhood. Or you gave your children a wonderful childhood. Or you're just an amazing adult. I'm gonna have to go watch Toy Story now. Alright, sugarcane. Here you are. Where's your box? Where's your hitbox? Yes, the box is the hitbox. This one. I don't understand why it's not. Oh, that's. Oh my gosh. Let's grab the blueprint. There we go. Where are my plants? Unreal, don't do this to me today. I don't have time for it. I never do. Yet Unreal does it. There we go. Just did some weird thing. There we go. Those are a little big, actually. And that's because this is set to 1.5. That would explain it. Yes, that's better. I mean, they are pretty big, but to say my childhood was decent, but I had Toy Story to make it better. Indeed. All Pixar movies. I love Pixar. Nemo's my favorite, probably. Hey, what are you guys doing today? So today, at the start of stream, I showed a couple little things that I changed for quality of life, but now we're adding new edible plants and eventually what will be farm plants for the tribals. We've done quite a few already. And now we're working on sugarcane, which has taken a little bit of time. That's because it's a bit of a larger packed actor and takes a lot. Food max 500. They're gonna be a good beach food. What else is on the beach? Sugarcane. I think it is just sugarcane and coconuts. Yeah, it is. Yes, having that floating, having it out of the hitbox and being below this line here means that if it was a sloped, if it gets hit here, well, yeah, if it gets hit and spawned at this level, because if I drag this in directly, that's where it'll be spawned in at. It will basically give me like a foot or so of leeway for the ground to be sloped down, which is why they stick under the ground a little bit. It's the same if I go over here to these trees. If I'm looking on this level, they're here. If I go under, see, they're about a foot under or so. The plants are a little bit, but not so much. You can see if I get right in there like that, the line's right about here, so they go under. It's just to help with that. Rocks, yes, definitely are always like that. Sunflower time. After I check the... check the sugar cane. Apparently my dino did not save. That's fine. Sugarcane does not spawn. You know why? That's why. Part I always forget. I think it will help bot players. Yes, Smaugsy. Because I mean, a lot of spawns are near the beach or on the beach, so yeah, they're there. And it's a big food source, so you know you can be there for a while. Now, granted, you won't have your water, but there may or may not be an evolution to help with that. If shadows are on that, but I don't deal with shadows, so it doesn't matter. Well, I mean, it matters, but it's not something that matters for me to work on, if that makes sense. Paste. Thank you. P__ sunflower or flowers? Flower. And ironically, I want sunflowers. I'm calling it sunflower. Delete that. Set the stats a while. Sunflower, sunflower, and sunflowers give also a good amount of food, 200. Alright. Now Now with me figuring that back out, I can pack these all together to a fun little group. Just finished last year's sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds are good. They're one of the few seeds that I like. I'll eat pumpkin seeds occasionally too, but sunflower... I used to eat actually a lot of sunflower seeds as a kid. Like a ton. Because they were delicious, they were cheap. They made me happy. Let's bundle you guys up just a little closer, actually. Bit of rotation. If I had the time and I thought it was actually worthwhile, I would set them up to actually rotate with the sun, but that's not worthwhile for a single plant. It'd be cool. Just realized something. Oh no, never mind. I didn't realize it. I don't have to do it. Sunflower group. Good. Now you guys are a merged actor. How many players would even notice? That's the other thing. Like, who's really going to notice that the sunflowers are actually looking at the sun? I mean, nobody. Beautiful. Oh, 3 more. I think we're only at 110 minutes. Not 110. An hour and 10. So we should have plenty of time. And I realize I can just fly over for quicker. Sweet, look at that. Oh, what's funny is they actually do spawn in. I don't think I changed the collision on them, did I? They spawn in like that on their own already. Oh no, I did. Sort of, they just spawn that close to each other. Interesting. I mean, it's fine, really, but... My top-down view was not very accurate. Spider. See ya, Teasy. Have a good night. Sunflowers. Done. Next up, tomatoes or tomatoes, if you're one of those people. Yes, calling out you, British people. As an American, it's my job to do so. Tomatoes. Wait. Tomatoes. You, sir. Come over here. Alright, wrong one. Thank you. That's what I need. Tomatoes, tomato. Okay, so here's my issue. Tomato plants are big. They can get bigger than this, I should say. But I don't think I can just make this bigger. I mean, let's see. If I make it twice as big, the issue is the tomatoes are twice as big. That's a beefy tomato. I mean, maybe I can. I'm not sure. Let's have beefy tomatoes. Let's have some beefy tomatoes. I've definitely gotten steroid-induced tomatoes that big at the store. No. Nope, tools. Merge. Merge. I wish I would save this. You will be able to, well, the plants have player hitbox so we can walk through them normally. You'll be able to walk through them normal. All but like the trees and stuff. Rubber tomatoes. Save it. I do. Oh, that's from the animations I was doing earlier. Nothing technically new. I mean, I'll show you them. The Eocar got some new animations back in January I just didn't add yet. And they're just to update the idle pose where it would go fat and then get skinny again. We had to go redo a lot of them to make that work because it was the idle pose. And that's like the worst animation for you to change. I'm scared not to change that, so I'm still changing it. Capital T. Tomatoes? Done progress? Yes, exciting, definitely. I mean, that should be coming along much quicker now, hopefully. Especially with mechanics and stuff. Now I'm more focused on just this project. I have one other one that I do work on a little bit, but definitely not as much as EOE now. Thank you, Kickstarter, for funding. This one I did. I checked the sunflowers. Time to check the tomatoes. Some audio for the big old swamp puppy. I don't know if there's any. Let me check what the sound put for the her monthly vlog. She did put a few. I don't remember if we heard all of them already. I think I shared a couple on stream. There's a couple new ones. I don't think she shared any of them before. So there are a few sounds you'll be able to hear at the end of the month. No, you wouldn't have heard them because they wouldn't have put that on Steam probably. Pay in 3 has been great. Should go through in a couple days. Nice. Yeah, I think that was a really nice thing that Kickstarter does. There's our tomato bush. 2 more. Turnips. Watermelons. The turnips are going to be spawning in the snowy regions. There's teaser audio. Okay. No, there's full-on sound. There's broadcast, friendly, threaten, hurt. The surrender needs to be done, so I don't know if that one's gonna be shared. And then there's some bite ones, a few others. Turnip. And watermelon. Probably was a teaser. I can't remember. I know there wasn't a video last month. Ooh, it's 77 out. As soon as I'm done with stream, I'm going outside. Because I know there's a slight breeze. I'm taking Smaug outside, my bearded dragon. Because it's at a temperature where she can go outside, and she loves being outside and eating the dandelion and clover. Granted, it's still kind of dead and decayed, but she'll be happy. I can hear her. I think she just jumped into the glass, actually. She's very eager to get out. She knows when it's getting warm out. She'll definitely love the sun. She has a special stump that she always sits on. I would love to see the tall grass move as we walk through it. So it does, technically. It just is broken, so it doesn't. Yeah, that's something that came with the default foliage packs that we had bought from Maui. But unfortunately it has broke with the dinosaurs. For whatever reason, I think it's a collision thing. We are working to get it kind of fixed up. Usually, yeah, I think it usually works when they're smaller. The bigger ones, not so much. Can I merge them without? I can. Very well. I know it's not very nice with the grass. Water, melon, underscore, fruit. And then the turnips. Does anybody play Animal Crossing? My girlfriend does. I was playing for her and I bought like $100,000 worth of turnips and forgot about them, and then they all spoiled. So that was a funny day. Guessing it's not just I'm guessing it's just not registering them walking through. Probably something like that. Yeah, I think just because it's a hitbox thing, it has to be. In there, watermelon. Down the jungles. Turnips, of course, in snowy regions. Because turnips can survive in the cold, evidently. Very well at that. Okay, so we are hitbox is going to be shrunk down quite a bit. There we go. Yeah. Watermelon. Target the kiddos. Sounds good, Smagsy. You can keep your headphones on so you go. Of course you are. Can't miss a stream. Been part of it. Especially since the next bit would be me going into the map. So long as these turnips and watermelons are done. And by done, I just mean gotta be working. It has been. It's been probably 2 months. I mean, yeah, end of January at minimum since you got it. And an actual engine stream. Oh yeah, look at all those turnips and watermelons. Did I just... Oh, the watermelons do have collision. That's interesting. That's fine. Alright, well, that's all that stuff. Carrots. Save. And now to see how long it takes for me to open the map. Oh, it's not there. It's in here. Right? No, it's in the maps folder. I just opened it yesterday, so hopefully not too long. Oh good, not too long at all. Okay, yeah, this is what I get to look at. I'm sure you guys all remember this kind of look from Airstream, although he probably has the foliage and stuff up. I can't really do all that. Yeah, in case you ever wondered what it's like for me to look at it and then place the spawners in, I just grab a spawner, place it where it needs to go, select the plants that spawn, and I'm done. Let's go through carrots, mint, onion, potatoes, pumpkin, strawberry, sugarcane, sunflower, tomatoes, and all that stuff. Oh, I can just Control Z stuff. Just so I know where to put it. Will there be food spawns on the islands you think or not? I'm not sure about the ones over here. These might get... I'd asked Air about this, if he could fill in this area here actually, and have it kind of like a sea here, but then this is kind of more marshy and something, and he had kind of liked that idea, so hopefully that kind of happens, so that way there's reason to come out here, otherwise no. Let's start with carrots, and carrots spawn in the mountains, as well as amanita. Now that makes my life extremely, extremely easy, because I just have to go around to every single one of these that has amanita and add a carrot. The grove, is that like the swampy mangrove area that he's been working on that other island over that ways? For sugarcane. I took away the amanitas from this one too. Need amanitas. Took them away from this one too. Amanita. Alright, I think that's all of them. I'm gonna add another spawn. Actually. I'm gonna let amanitas spawn over here too. It's a little big. Granted, they won't spawn any lower than I have this, so that's fine. We'll do that. Yeah, they'll all spawn up higher, so you'll have to go around the back way here and get up to get them, but there'll be amanitas and carrots up there now. That's carrots done. Next is mint, which spawns in the redwoods with bay laurel, and that's it. Again, another easy one for me, because I just go click, 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 click. I think I'm gonna need to change this in the code so that it doesn't show mixed anymore and it shows exactly what's being spawned there. I'll do that off stream though, because that'll be boring. Mint though is done. Onion is in the plains. Is there any onions, pumpkins, and sunflowers? So I'm assuming nothing else. No. Ginkgo trees. Onions, pumpkins, and sunflowers. Okay. So plains. Is this an area, a plains area? I can't remember. I think so. I know this is. Where's that map? Doesn't really help, actually. Okay, so that's grasslands up there. This is meadow here. Gotcha. Okay. Wrong button. Right there. And this will need onions, pumpkins, and sunflowers. And we'll put another one over here. Rotate it a little and expand. Go. That's the meadow. Yeah, I thought so. Is this kind of meadowy up here? I can't always remember. And that's where I wish I could have the foliage, but it just takes forever for it to load, and I need to take time to load it then. But I can usually tell based on what the biome looks like with its foliage here. This is obviously all redwoods. This is the color that jungle usually has. And then usually this is just grassy. So I think this is all kind of grasslands. But it also might be more considered swamp. This is grasslands here. Ironically, you'll probably know the map better than I do. Oh, that's the other thing I added. I added a teleport function for the admins. Yeah, the little quality of life thing that'll be helpful for you all, hopefully. Both teleport yourself and other players. Expand this one. Not that. Just enough. Into here. That's it. And a bit. Out. There. Okay. So that is onions, pumpkins, sunflowers implemented. Next is swamps with tomatoes. And the only reason I'm doing that one is because I thought there was another one that had swamp tomatoes, but no. But we're right here where I want it to be anyways, so. Just gonna grab one of these, click it, there we go. Love all the different biomes Akura has, same. It's very nice how many there are. Oh, didn't copy paste that. Hey Gizmo, how you doing today? Did not copy paste that again. Alright, if this is the swamp, this is where all your tomatoes are gonna grow. Right here. Tomatoes. And does anything else grow directly in the swamps? No, just tomatoes. There's a few plants that all kind of grow in the same area, like the plains for the onions, pumpkin stuff, but some tomatoes purely exclusive to swamps. I'm pretty good. What about you? Also, how's developing going? So I'm doing well, and so is development, I'd have to say. Development is going very well. fix this? Oh my gosh. Oh, it's because I'm hitting Control X. Alright, next up are the potatoes. Potatoes will spawn around the volcano here. I want one here, and I want a smaller one here. Doesn't matter how many of these spawn zones I have, it'll always spawn as many potatoes as I want it to. Which I actually do need to decide that. There. And bring it over here. There we go. First tails out of the swamp. They are technically, I think. Well, they aren't exclusive to the swamp. They still, because they spawn over here at this pond and over at this lake area. They spawn near still water, but tomatoes will only spawn in the swampy areas. And potatoes will only spawn at the volcano. Soil is indeed optional for potatoes. That's, funny enough, because potatoes can just pretty much grow anywhere, that's the reason they're growing in the volcanic regions. Because, I mean, they just grow anywhere. They don't care. Let's do... Can watermelons be done next? No, I don't have a jungle in here. I think none of these I have. Alright, I'm doing the snowy mountains then. Which is good. There's no food up here. I would like there to be a water source up here. There's no food. That's changing today. This day 4th. And I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna make this big. So that's in the snow there. Should be all around. Delete turnips. And yes, even this little area over here will get turnips as well. The jungle, they'll have watermelons, some plant that I can't pronounce, but it's prehistoric, and ginger. And corpse flowers. I will get to those then. The jungle's very broad, so that's why I was waiting for it. And that will not technically go down. Good. So they only spawn in that box, even though it's over redwoods here. Where it's over jungle here, because the box bounds don't go below it, the plants will spawn below. At least they're not supposed to. Turnips, though, are done. Watermelon time. So, jungle. Jungle is like this area here. You see the AI spawners? Sure. Yes, actually. Don't be worried by my laughing. It's fine. Don't worry. Watermelon can go there. Watermelons can go here, and we will expand this one a bit. Actually, give me that spawner back, and give me this one. Come on, come on. There we go. Give me this watermelon back. Here we go. Well, that's interesting. I didn't know I could do that. Anyways. This and this. Might be a little bit much. I'd say that covers a big portion of the jungle. Let's shrink this a little though. So now they won't spawn in the beach here, and they won't spawn too high up either, so they won't spawn up in the mountains. Unreal is really goofy sometimes. Love-hate relationship with it. And the cove is pretty jungly, so we'll let these guys spawn here in the cove as well. And are there any other jungles I'm missing? I think this is jungle-esque, but I don't remember. I will add them because it doesn't look like there's any other foods really here. Alright, watermelon's done. Sugarcane and strawberries. First, you wanted to see the spawn zone for the AI. AI. Dryo spawn zone. It's that. It just, there's one AI, it just encompasses the entire map everywhere. It's just, there are no individual spawn zones yet. It's just everywhere. Alright, now strawberry, and this one's very special actually, because it's in the mountains, but only mountains that are near water. It is a very picky spot, which is going to be very beneficial for me when I want to have a dinosaur that lives somewhere specifically that is going to be picky. Around water near the mountains. Right there. Yes, that's a little bigger than I think you would expect it to be, but that's fine. Now this little spot down here is mountainous enough for me to put some strawberries in. And so is, where is it? Over here. Here we go. This is mountainous, there's water. Strawberries do not get certain effects when eaten. They're just a special type of... They're just in a special type of location. Very specific ones. And that is going to be useful for when I add in... there's an herbivore species that I want to be able to get certain diets well, but I want it to be a little bit more difficult and challenging to grow it. I can be like, okay, you can eat strawberries for your special diets, so then they have to go to these special regions and stuff. I think those are the only 2 areas I would actually want it to be. 3 areas. Oh, 1 more. Very long box. I think I more so should have just said by waterfalls. In my notes, that is. Alright, strawberries, that's good. Oh, finally sugarcane. Sugarcane. Can't wait to hunt down the veggies. I think I'm... Yes, and I'm most excited to see where people decide to live then. Because the food sources were quite isolated to certain regions, but now they're going to be very spread out. And there's just going to be food types everywhere. So where people live, I'm not quite sure now. I mean, there's definitely food options everywhere now. Actually, give me that back. Yes, if I make this very thin. Shouldn't spawn much in the ocean then. Right, like that. Perfect. Alright, sugarcane can go there. And then I'll do the exact same thing. Here, I'll give all of these islands a little bit of purpose. One more over here. If I'm smart about this, I can once again make it very thin like this. And just do 2 big ones. Here, and 1 up here. That's it. There's one last thing to do. you guys thought about spreading certain diets in other locations similar to how the Isle did in Isla Spiro? Personally, I enjoyed learning migration routes for certain dinosaurs. We considered it, and then we kind of pushed it away. What we're planning to do is kind of just have food everywhere, and we'll have some generic food sources that they can eat no matter what. Pretty much all food will give some level of nutrients, and then they'll have a more preferred list, which kind of aligns with what they might have eaten in real life. Brontosaurus can have horsetails as like kind of its preferred food source, and they give a little bit of extra nutrients. And then there'll be 5 or so like really special plants that give a lot of nutrients. So like we have dandelions, and they're going to be in a very secluded area. We have rain lilies, which are going to be spawned around temples. We have red ohia, which will spawn in like the very tips of the volcano here. And that's kind of like where you'll have to go to get certain high nutrient foods. Are the carnivore snacks already on? No. I think I know what you're talking about, but no, they are not. Plant spawner. Right, delete everything. This little widget does is it gives me the power to decide how many plants I want on the island. And one day it will be made configurable per server for server owners. So they can be like, okay, I want a ton of sunflowers, but I really don't care for tomatoes. So we're gonna turn our tomatoes off, and we're gonna put in 3 times as many sunflowers. Although I'd like it to be not even a value like that. Like I would love for it to just be, I want 600 aloe vera. That's kind of how I'm doing. Our little fish AI doing? Decent. They're doing okay. I think there might be some stuff in the dev blog I can't remember. Okay, so food. This is where things are going to get very tricky this next test. Elderberries give a lot of food, but they're only thing for, we're going to go 25 elderberries, amanitas. Again, this is going to be really tricky because I have so many. Let me do something real quick. I'm gonna start with 500 total, but I need these to be spread out equally based on food and other things. you all plan on dealing with mix packing? Your biggest gripe. So there won't be moderation directly for it, though there'll be the anxiety system, as Smougsy had said. That'll be the biggest thing that'll help us there with that. Alright. Elderberries, you get 10. Do 50 amanitas. 25. Horsetails down to 10. Carrots at 50. Mince at 200. 60. 20. 10 on the pumpkins. 10 on the watermelons. 30 turnips. 15 potatoes and sunflowers. 35 sugarcane. 100 strawberries. Aloe vera, 50. And 60. We'll see how that looks. Check out. And that'll probably be it for me today. We're at about 2 hours. I'm gonna show off the teleport system real quick, because I forgot to do that at the beginning. Yes, the anxiety system will be tweakable per server. Per server, per species. Anxiety system actually might be something to work on pretty soon, actually. It kind of ties hand in hand with hygiene and stuff. Anyways, teleporting. You select your ID and everything, and then you just choose where you want to go. So if I see, where am I? 6600. It's 328 is where I need to remember, really. So do 400. I want to go here, teleport. I moved over there. I want to go to wherever this is. I'm over here now. And that's all it does. Simple, quick, easy to do. I broke my leg. I think water's still having some small problems. Oh yeah, you got a new animation for your limp. I forgot. Nothing for run limp. Needs to be sped up a little. Oh, and the EO car, I will show that real quick. Well, that was interesting. Because we got some new animations there. So I can show off that real quick, and then I am going to head off. If yes, I can move around. You can see he's nice and thin now. If I crouch, he still gets thick. But that's fine. But if I sniff, he'll stay nice and thin. If I bite, he's thin. I broadcast. Appears sounds don't cancel, so that's something I'll have to go fix. Drinking, I know, is broken, so I'm not showing that one. But he stays nice and thin now. But yeah. That's going to be it for today. I'll be back next week. Hopefully, probably Friday next week. Thank you for tuning in today. Be sure to check all the links and stuff into the Discord. Our Patreon is there. Our Discord as well. You know, supporting us really helps out a lot. But I'll